talk about adorable and cute and
I know,
whatever.
right?
And that's just Mike.
Yeah.
That's just Mike. We get a hold of Melissa and Cam, boy, you talk about beauty. I'm here with the lovely Alicia Davies and Coach Davies, I'm going to call you today.
That is right. Official USATF.
There you go, Miss Coach. And I'm
That's
sitting
right.
there wondering, oh, you're going to be running and this and that. And she said, no, this time I'm coaching.
Yes, I'm coaching. Actually, going to be. We're really hoping that Bunsen and Beaker has this great tradition of being. It's like the amateur county beta breakers. You know, lots of people run it. This is actually our 25th annual Bunsen and Beaker race.
Oh my gosh!
Takes place on Dandelion Days on March 16th.
How fun!
And yeah, super fun. It's only a 5K, so you know people walk it, people run it. This year we have something really special. We actually have like a competitive class. Some years, I mean, the runners who run this thing are crazy competitive. They'll like elbow each other at the start line, you know. They all know each other. They're all really friendly, but you know they're pretty competitive. My boss, Bob Devlin, over at the gym, runs it. Boy, you know,
that sounds like
he's got a list of his times over the last 25 years.
That sounds like White Flower Day at Macy's. Those
You're
ladies elbowing everything.
It's a little
my
like
mother
that.
was one of them. Yeah.
I mean, and then there's they actually usually have a walking class, which they start early. Well, this year, you know, we thought, let's get the walkers out of the runners' way, and the runners, you know, who are really competitive, we don't want them running over the walkers. So we're going to put the runners first, and then the joggers and walkers will come like, you know, you get the really competitive runners, they can, you know, keep track of their time.
Sure.
And then everybody else can take their time, enjoy the race, have fun, let it be something social. First year we've done that. Show up in tutus, and we are representing in Amador County.
I first came on and say you've got to, and
community colleges. His paramedic.
Our kids here, March 16th.
March in 2T. Who wants to be a sponsor?
Cost for people too, and she promised me she just, hey, we're going to take a video. Here.
Dancing. So how are you doing, Susan?
I'm doing good. It's so good to see you. And Adele, thank you so much for coming in today and talking to us. And we're going to be talking about OCD, Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. And it is something that affects a lot of people, and it is something that you should talk about.
Yes.
So tell me about this event that you have going on.
Well, one of the things we looked up while on the break was how many people does it affect. So it's about 2% of the adult population.
Yes.
So that's 2 out of every 100. Is that how that works?
Yes.
It's too early for math.
Yes. Too early.
But we're having a workshop on the 19th at the Upcountry Community Center, 5:30. And we've got a really great specialist coming up to talk with us, with the community at large, about what is OCD, what are the red flags, what do I do if I have it, and is what I have normal? Am I just neat and that's okay, or is it really affecting my life?
Right. And there's different, Adele, am I correct? There's different, basically phases to, I mean, you can be obsessive about certain things, but when it becomes, when it overtakes your life, that's when you really have to reach out and say, hey, there's something here that I need to deal with.
Yeah, and you have to be properly diagnosed, and they'll have the questions that therapists ask. Like when I went for my, I'm being seen at the Sacramento Anxiety and OCD Treatment Center, and so they had a lot of questions that they asked, and they decipher between how you respond to things and your behavior and your mindset. As to whether or not you actually have obsessive compulsive disorder or not.
Right. And it's not just, like a lot of people think it's just hand washing. It's not. It can get into different things. There are people that you say that are pickers, that they pick.
Yes, there's all kinds of different ways, different compulsions that people do.
Hair.
People can pull their hair, people can hoard, clean. Also, it's basically almost any type of compulsion activity. Some people do what they call checking, which they have to like check to see if the lights are on or off, check if their doors are locked, but they have to do it with a certain amount of times, like 3 times or 4 times before the anxiety is relieved and they are released from that thought.
I do that sometimes. I have to check something 2 or 3 times. Did I do this? Or, of course, mine might be old age, but, but it's something that can take over you, and you really don't know it until it becomes. You think someday, hey, there's something wrong here.
Yeah, yeah.
And
For me, I was diagnosed when I went to a regular therapist. I didn't think that there was anything wrong with me because at the time when I was thoroughly diagnosed, I worked in a lab, so I always washed my hands. You always had to. That was just the practice. But it's really when it takes over your life. For example, when at a period of my life, I was at the point where every time I would come and leave the house, come to the house and leave the house, I would have to do these certain rituals. I would have to, you know, wash the floors, vacuum the carpet, wash my hands, and I couldn't not do it. The thought would just continually cycle in my mind, and cause anxiety until it was relieved through the rituals. But that's actually a falsehood because the rituals actually do not. They only temporarily take care of the thought, but then another one is right there behind it.
Sure, there's something there to take its place.
Exactly.
And so did you think that there was something wrong by doing that, or did you feel your behavior was normal?
Well, I later when
I
it
can't
got
say the word wrong.
Yeah.
It was that it was not. It was excessive for you.
Yes.
Okay.
And at the point where I saw that something was definitely, it was a feeling. I was so tired from doing the rituals.
Oh, I can imagine.
They're time consuming. I mean, it would take me 4 hours just to do 1 load of laundry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I had to do all these certain rituals, all these things around doing laundry. And so literally I could be stuck in an obsessive compulsive moment that would be like all day.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Again, Ruthella, it's going to be at 6 o'clock?
5:30.
5:30, excuse
on
me.
the 19th of February.
Okay.
Upcountry Community Center, 296-2785. It's free. We do have childcare available if people call ahead and let us know.
Great. And please, you know, if you feel that, I mean, please don't be embarrassed, because a lot of people go through something in their life, and this is really important to go and share your thoughts, and everybody will be there to help. We're going to take a little short break. We'll be right back.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.